repeating disappointments. Repeating love life disappointments. The repetition indicates something's been learned and in control of the person's love life experience, like a habit. Same mistake happening again and again because the psychological learning is dominating a person's love life. Repetition. Remember that movie? Anybody? What was the name of that movie? Anybody know? Multiplicity, yes. Michael Keaton, I think. I like this picture because it makes me think of the concept of repetition, over and over again. Here's an example. A person came to see me many years ago. Initial interview with them. I'm asking questions about finding out who they are as a person. I ask about the family history. They tell me they grew up with a violent alcoholic father. A violent alcoholic father who beat the mother in front of the children. Traumatic. I ask her about her current life, her current love life. She tells me she married 2 alcoholic, violent men. Wait a minute. You grew up with an alcoholic, violent father who beat your mother, and you married 2 violent alcoholic men. I said to the person, is there a relationship between growing up in that family and your marriages? This is an intelligent, well-educated person. She looked at me confused. What do you mean? Unconscious learning. What did she learn? She learned that alcoholic, violent men were eligible husbands. Strange, huh? You know how many times that's happened in my practice? People describing love relationships, toxic, unhealthy, that were clear repetitions of what they had experienced early in life and did not know that the repetition was taking place. It was this kind of thing that made me think, there's something here to investigate. There's something here to think about. There's something here to liberate ourselves from. Here's the second way. Unhealthy, unconscious learning about love relationships complicates your psychological love life. It causes defensiveness. Defensiveness. Why? Because love life problems, love life disappointments hurt. They hurt. And we human beings don't like hurt. What do? We defend ourselves against hurt. We protect. We cope with and prevent hurt with defenses, psychological defenses. Let's talk about a few, because they complicate the ability to be emotionally intimate. Remember that? Being emotionally intimate is difficult when you're being defensive. Very difficult. Defenses. I like that photograph. Makes the point, doesn't it? Defenses. Let's talk about a few love life defenses. Denial. I don't have any love life problems. You're crazy, doctor. I don't have any love life problems. Not me. It speaks for itself. Distance. Distance. Being in a relationship and being distant at the same time. I'm going to be in this relationship, but I'm going to protect myself from hurt and disappointment. People do it all the time. I learned that very well from my father, as you'll see when I talk about my disappointing love life in a moment. Distance. Very difficult to be intimate when you're in a love relationship and distant. What's next? Conflict. If I fight all the time with the person I'm in love with, I won't have to be vulnerable. I can protect myself from hurt and disappointment. Here's another one, avoidance. You can avoid situations, you can avoid people, or you can avoid love altogether. You know, I have a blog, lovelifelearningcenter.com. I put it up there in 2012. I wanted to have an online library of real articles that people could relate to about love life issues and how to fix them. Yeah. So every once in a while, I have about 320 articles I wrote during the pandemic. Every once in a while, I write one that gets a tsunami of commentary. Let's see. I love a married woman. Wow. Lots of commentary on that one. My husband's narcissistic mother. Ooh, that one got a lot of commentary as well. But the one that's relevant for this is living without love in your life. Wow. An avalanche of commentary. I answered and read every one. I learned that there were a lot of people, older people, who had given up on love. Too difficult. Too difficult. Too hurtful. And I have to share with you my emotional reaction to realizing that. Tragedy. This is a learning problem. This is a learning problem. Learning. We learn from the beginning of life. And as I'll describe in a moment or two, we can unlearn and learn something better. Can you imagine a whole lifetime of avoiding love because you don't know what you've learned about love relationships? That's the impact that this research had on me. There are too many people who don't know what they've learned about love relationships, who've closed themselves to love. They have lots to give, they're good people, because of the repetition of hurt and disappointment.